So today I want to bring you an exclusive, and a pretty crazy one at that, where you can find bot answers, it looks like, in support of AH. These are newer bot answers, by the way. You can also find tracking on people, and so much more. Now, it's a crazy thing about these bot creation is they don't even bother hiding this stuff either. I mean, they do this right out in the open, and it explains the upsurge in quote-unquote people taking up for AH. Yeah, those aren't people. They are scripted answers. Answers, by the way, that encourage people to block others, that call other people bots. And what's fascinating to me about this is that this is uploaded from the same folks that brought you the 10,000 compliments about AH. You know, the bot scripting that we saw demonstrated before. Yeah, I mean, these folks, they don't even hide what they're doing anymore. You and I, we're going to look at this stuff today. I mean, this is crazy times, huh? This is crazy times indeed. So, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. A couple of days ago, I decided to go down a rabbit hole talking about the use of bots by AH and their supporters. They show this stuff in the open, by the way. These are demonstration videos. Well, alongside the bot answers that are demonstrated in that specific code, there are over 10,000 of them, by the way. You have 10,031 lines to be concise. You have the listing of hundreds and hundreds of other answers as well. And what's fascinating to me about these is that many of these, they deal with more current issues. You have certain hashtags that are supposed to defend AH. You have other items that are listing judicial decisions and on. This essentially is somebody trying to go out, someone trying to deflect away from AH. And wow, I mean, like I said, I mean, this is right out in the open. It is clear as day what these folks have been doing. And like I was saying in another video, you don't have to take my word for what's going on. You can take the very people responsible for this stuff's words, because they ended up talking about buying bots. They talked about trying to put together scripted answers, and they were experimenting with it all the way back in 2019. What's interesting is that this stuff here, this came up from other people that were in these groups. There were multiple groups, by the way, with multiple people in them. They were tired of what was going on, because not only were they trying to put together bots, they were going after people's lives and livelihoods. Not much has changed there, right? They were also filing false police reports and so much other craziness. But listen to this. This is about bots. Quote, "Does anyone know how to make quote-unquote help bots? I would like to know." They do reply too quickly. So right there, they're telling you from go that they've already been experimenting with bots. They'll excuse and tell you why they're doing this here too, and how it is aimed specifically at platforms like Twitter. But listen to the rest of the conversation. You can hire people, but it's very expensive. How is it expensive? I don't think it is. Everything is outsourced to other countries. There are some pieces of software that you can purchase for about $100. I am nowhere near in this for buying bots. For what? It is almost fact. It's an almost fact. Not quite a fact, almost a fact. How do you have that, by the way? That JD's PR agency bought Twitter bots to try to influence people against AH. We're just wondering what it would cost to do the same. You can buy software for just $100. Where? I do wonder about the same. And then they start talking about buying followers. So you can see a lot of subjects touched on here. And it looks like over the next few years, they not only perfected the use of bots, but they figured out what kind of bots they want to aim for influencing specific audiences. When they aim at Hollywood, for example, when they try to influence people following a Jason Momoa, they'll hijack conversation. They'll make it about AH. When they're aiming at people on places like Twitter, well, the script is totally different. I mean, first you start out with things like compliments. You can see that's across the board. She's a good and gorgeous actress. She has much potential. I love her very much. You see fake hashtags being implemented. This, by the way, this tells you a lot of those hashtags that you've seen, a lot of them going around. Yeah, you got to question whether or not the people behind them are real. What, AH, Justice for H, we are with you, AH, all of those used as fakes. You also, as you go down through this, you'll notice they bring up court decisions. So they're trying to shove that in people's faces, saying UK 2020, don't pay attention to what happened in Virginia. Also, of course, they want to bring up Aquaman. The reason that they do that, by the way, is because they want to influence people socially. Oh, you don't want her in Aquaman? Well, everyone else wants her in that too. And then you see the answers that are aimed at specific people. Here, for example, they talk about please block these people. So anyone that has a different opinion, they'll unleash the bot. They'll tell people, hey, block that person over there. You only need to listen to us, while complaining about echo chambers. And isn't that fascinating that bots, these are bots creating echo chambers, saying we don't want echo chambers, we actually want the truth, while calling other people bots. So they tried to dehumanize with bots that aren't even human. You have a lot of this stuff too. You have the gotta love the trolls using abusive behavior to call someone else an abuser. It makes you wonder how many of these people support the ultimate abuser, the Orange Man. Again, these are bots saying this kind of stuff, attacking people, while at the same time, hyping up AH, saying, oh, Amber there, are you going to marry me? Hashtag, I believe you. I hope she's safe. Oh, look at those mob effects out there. Those people, they just keep coming after you. Again, they're deploying bots that say tens of thousands of things in one conversation alone. But hey, they want to complain about mob effect because this is what they figured out. They figured out if they can flip the script, if they can tell you something went wrong, they can hyper-politicize this, maybe, just maybe, you'll say, oh, well, you know what? People, they've gone too far. Taking this person to justice, by the way, that's not going too far. Calling them out for what they've done, that's absolutely not going too far. And calling out the use of bots to bully, to go out and harass, to try to influence, yeah, that is not only not going too far, that is necessary. But anyway, let me know what you think about this stuff. There's a lot more to it if you want to see it. Yeah, if you want to support the channel too, there are links in the description. We have our locals, of course, you should check out. We also have our comic book and so much more. You being here, though, that matters most of all, so thank you. I appreciate you. I'm going to end here. Thank you again. See you soon.